Hi everybody, RBSM Sports here, talking about the 2021 e-Gravel Viper bike. They're two sizes, the 48 centimeter and the 54 centimeter. The build is identical for both, so whether you have the 48 or the 54, it makes no difference. They're the same bike, just different size frame. So once it arrives, you're going to take the packing straps off, and you're going to undo the top of the box, and you're going to look down, and you're going to see a nicely well-packed bike with lots of zip ties on it. Remove the bike out of the box, remove all the zip ties, remove all the packing material. It looks like styrofoam, blackish gray styrofoam. Remove all that, and in the bottom there'll be a big box. Put that to the side because that's where your assembly tools are, your charger, your pedals, all the important little bits and parts for your bike. Once that's done, we'll come back, we'll start assembling the 2021 Viper. Alright, we're back with the 2021 Viper e-Gravel bike from RBSM Sports. Once you've removed all the packing material, you're going to get the bike that looks like this. Just stand it up on its front forks, get it ready, put all your parts in front of you, ready to build it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the quick release, which is the front axle. It will be zip tied to your front wheel, and it comes in 4 parts. There's 2 they call tornado springs, go on each end, the cap, and then the arm. So you're going to put the side with the actual adjusting arm is going to go to the same side as the rotor. Slide through. On the opposite side, you put one of your tornado springs on, followed with the cap. You just put it on very lightly. We're good to go there. And now we're going to put it on your front wheel, on your front fork. So lifting it up, you're going to line it up with your front forks and your brake caliper. Once it sits in there, it's going to drop in nice and easily, just like this. And we're going to slowly tighten down this quick release, keeping it open. That means it's the arm that's open, not closed. And you're going to get it to a point of snug. You don't want it too tight. There's no point over tightening this. It just does damage to the quick release. This is just to hold the wheel on. It doesn't do anything other than that. It doesn't keep it on, just holds it on. Turn it up till it's snug, and you can push it up to the top. Line it up with your front fork so it stays out of the way, so nothing gets caught on it. And now your wheel is in your dropouts. When we come back, we're going to put the stem on, the saddle on, and the pedals on. All right, we're back with the RBSM Viper e-Gravel bike build. Inside your box that comes with it, you're going to find a charger, a pedal wrench, and a very handy little multi-tool that has all of your Allen keys, hex wrenches on it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the 4 bolts that's on the stem. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4mm Allen key, which is on here. Once those are removed, we'll put the handlebars on. When we come back, I'll show you how that goes. Alright, we're back with the 2021 Viper e-Gravel bike build. So once you remove the faceplate and the 4 bolts that attach it, you're going to grab your handlebars, make sure the wire harness, which is all the wiring, is not moved around. You're going to put your faceplate underneath the computer, line it up, and then you're going to thread the 4 bolts into the stem. Once that's done, we'll come back and I'll show you how to align it and snug it up, but this takes a bit of time, but easy to do. Alright, we're back with the RBSM Sports Viper e-bike build. So once you've got the faceplate attached to the stem, and now you're tightening these 4 bolts, you want to tighten them in opposite corners. So you start with the top right, tighten it down to, the spec is 5.2 Newton meters. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's just how tight it is. So you want it tight but not over tight. So you don't want to damage the stem or the handlebars, but you still want it reasonably tight. So I know it's not very perfect, but it's 5.2 Newton meters. So once all 4 bolts are tightened down, and before you do that, you want to make sure that your handlebars are reasonably level. That's a personal preference, how high or how low you want them, but generally level is a good place to start. Those of you who have other bikes, you'll understand, want it to be similar to what you ride as of now, and if you're new to it, you want to try different positions to make it more comfortable. Once that's done, you're going to move to the pedals. The pedals come, this is very, very important, right and left. They're very specific because how they thread onto the bike. If you don't do it correctly, you'll cross thread and damage the crankset, which is a lot of work to fix. So on the end of the pedal, you will see little letters, R for right and L for left. Make sure you know which one is which and that you're prepared for it. So I've got the R in my right hand, the L in my left hand. Right is the right side of the bike as if we're riding it. So facing the front, you take the right pedal and you thread it forward. So in the direction that you're pedaling. It's very, very easy to go on if it's put on properly and it's the right one. You literally just have to use your fingers to thread it in. It should be zero resistance, nice and easy. Thread it down until it's most of the way through and snug, and then we'll tighten it with the pedal wrench that comes with it. So I've got the right one. I'll reach through, do the left one. Again, it's forward. So opposite to what you think it would be on the right side and the left side. Once it's done and you've snugged it up, you take your pedal wrench. You're going to put it to the bolt and you're going to tighten it down. Not very tight, just enough to give it some snugness. The pedals won't fall off because you're pedaling in the direction of the threads. It'll naturally keep it tight for you. Once it's tight, you're good to go. Second step, or third step with this, is the saddle. Saddle comes already installed on the seat post. Pretty easy option. You've got a quick release seat post clamp. Open it up, put the saddle into the frame to approximately the height you want to use when you're riding. Again, the seat post clamp snugs up, holds it there. No matter what I do now, I'm not going to be able to move it, and that's an adjustable thing so you can get comfortable with it and set it up the way you want to set it up. When we come back, we're going to talk about the charger, the battery, how to turn it on, and a couple more details. All right, we're back with the Viper RBSM Sports e-gravel bike, and we're just going to finish up the loose ends here. Attached to your handlebars, you're going to see a little blue business card. That's your manual. It's not the actual manual, but it's the location of the manual online. You go to rbsmsports.com/manuals, and you can download the manual for your specific bike. It gives you all the directions and information you might need. After that, step 15 or 20. On the very front of the bike, you're going to see your two keys, and inside the box, you're going to see your charger. Think of the charger as just a very big laptop battery. So it charges by a port that's covered with a rubber grommet at the very bottom by your cranks. You pull the rubber grommet off, be gentle with it so you don't tear it off. It exposes the plug-in port, plug it in. You plug it into the wall, and on the side of the charger, it's off now, but there'll be a red or a green light. Red means it's charging, green means it's charged. To let you know that this is a smart charger, it will shut off automatically, so you don't have to unplug it or plug it in. You can leave it plugged in. It's safe that way. So 100% charging, so charging it overnight is not a problem. Once the bike is fully charged, unplug it from the port, close it. And I'm going to grab clippers here. And we're going to take the keys off the front that are zip tied to the handlebars. Two keys, keep one in a very safe place because they're specific to the battery, not specific, you don't want to lose them, that's for sure. So on the right hand side of the bike, there is the lock. It's on or off, or lock or unlock. On the on position. On the left hand side of your handlebars, you'll see a controller, plus minus the information. On the right hand side, there's a power button. It's kind of recessed, that way you don't hit it while you're riding. Hit it. Power comes on your display. It'll do a startup mode. Takes a few seconds, and once it's in the startup mode, you'll see a speedometer, trip odometer, and then a battery power indicator, how much power is in it. Once you get on the bike, you start learning how to adjust the amount of power that goes to it. That's how you turn it on. Once that's done, you're ready to roll. So that is the build of the 2021 Viper, the 48 and the 54. There's no difference, just one's a bit bigger. Thank you very much.